Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of What the Heck Am I Doing With My Life. Anyways, I don't know, there were some stories that I wanted to tell, but I forgot most of them, so I'm just going to tell what I can remember and hope that I can stretch it out into such a long, abstract concept that I can make this video long enough to be worth it. So, yeah, that's my plan here. Alright, so basically the first story I got for you guys today is, this one was a couple days ago. I was taking my sister to the park because she wanted to go to the park, right? And there's a lot of people at the park that day because it's like just turning spring now. It's amazing. People are starting to exist a bit more in the outside world, which I mean that part's a little unreasonable. Like, come on, you gotta spend all your time inside, But whatever, they can have opinions. I mean, I prefer they didn't have individual opinions. I'd rather be in control of the world. But they're allowed to for some reason. But anyways, so like my brother's out there too, and he's like, "Hey, I want to join the basketball team. Come help me practice, or you'll die." So I'm helping him shoot some shots. I'm handing the ball back to him like an absolute champ. Because, it's the best thing you can do with your life is hand people a basketball when they miss a shot or even when they get it. So, I'm doing that. And, these two girls, they're like, I don't know, I want to say a year younger than him. They also have a basketball with them, and they're like, "Hey, play us." And I'm like, "Alright, bet. I'll do a 1v3 versus you guys and my brother." And then also, well, I guess it was more like a 1v4. There was this other kid there. Probably like my 6-year-old sister's age. I could have just said 6, but whatever. So anyways, these girls come up. I'm like, "Alright, I'll let you guys start first," even. That's how confident I am. And these girls, I don't want to be mean, but they sucked at it. One of them, she's on a basketball team, or at least according to her, but she's been on a basketball team for 4 years. So I don't know why they have like 6-year-old basketball, judging by her age, and that she's been doing this for not long, but still, she's like, "Alright, like, I'll go and the ball will be mid-air above the ground. I'll go and I'll jump and hit," what the heck? But anyways, like, the ball will be mid-air above ground, like, it'll be above the line of out of bounds, but since it didn't touch the ground out of there and no one was holding the ball out of bounds, it's technically not considered out of bounds, because that's because out of bounds, that's how it works, right? So I go and I'll jump midair and do this epic save because it's pretty easy, but it looks cool, and I've known how to do that kind of save basically my entire life. But so basically I'll do that and they'll be like, "Oh, you went out of bounds, therefore the ball did." And I'm like, "But I didn't touch it while my feet were on the floor. None of it was touching the ground while that happened." But they're like, "Nope, that's an immediate death penalty." And I'm like, "It's not though." And they're like, "Yes it is. You dare defy small children? No, we are more important. We can scream and our parents will come and think you murdered us because we have that power as small children." So like, I really didn't care that much. Alright, excuse me please. Wow, he's got a great connection to the server. Anyways, so these little girls are just, I don't want to be rude and like call them stupid, but I mean, anyways, let's just not focus on that right now. So anyways, they go and they're doing that. They are not following the rules properly. Where did this other guy go? I swear I saw somebody bridging over there. Oh, there he is. Bye. So anyways, these little girls, they just don't know that. But it just keeps getting worse. Like, I'll go and I'll get a hoop and I'll miss, and they'll be like, "Ah, you missed," and then they'll miss a hoop and I won't do anything, and they'll be like, "Oh, the sun was in my eyes." They were like facing the complete opposite direction, by the way. But anyway, excuse me, sir. My gosh, I accidentally shot that arrow, didn't I? I did. Alright, I'm incredibly smart. Anyways, where was I? Gosh. So anyways, Like, they would shoot a shot and miss, but it didn't matter if they missed, because the sun was directly in their eye. Like, obviously the sun was in their eyes. How else would these small children miss a basket on this tall hoop? I mean, it makes no sense that they just missed, you know, like, obviously the sun was in their eyes. Anyways, so, you know, it was getting, like, quite annoying with that and stuff. And they were even just, like, slapping me. And, like, I couldn't do anything about it. Because they're little girls. I can't just go up and slap a little girl. Like, my reputation is already not the best when I'm... What the heck? As I was saying, my reputation's not the best when I'm someone who plays video games. This clever closing dude... Oh, he left. There was a dude there whose name was Clever Closing, and they looked like they were nicked, so I was gonna make this dumb pun saying I'm gonna have to be very clever to close in on them and get the kill, but they ruined it. My ego's not gonna survive that one. Okay, whatever. Anyways, eventually, my sister, she's like, hey, we need to go back inside so that I can grab, what was it? She wanted to get, like, some sunflower seeds or something that she had just been creepily storing under her bed. And also some water in a water bottle. It had to be a water bottle, not a cup, not any of that. She said it specifically had to be a water bottle. So, that's, one of them unsolved mysteries. And I told her, no, we're not doing that. And I'm like, why are you storing some sunflower seeds under your bed? And while doing that, I also found a huge storage thing of M&Ms under her bed. We're not allowed to have M&Ms upstairs in our house because our mom is picky. So, yeah. Very strange. What the heck? Well, this guy probably just loves the Void. They're best friends, okay? They love to just high-five each other and hug each other, and I don't know. He just loves the Void. Anyways, so, I did use that as an excuse to go back inside, because, I mean, I do not care about these little girls roasting me, even though their roasts were terrible. They're like, you are stupid, like, they'd say it like that, and I'm like, what? That's such a savage roast, like, oh my gosh. I will never recover from that one. But, like, I just did not want to deal with that, because, like, it was barely anything, but it was just annoying. Look, as somebody who's more important than everyone else on this earth, I'd like to at least have a less boring life. So, you know, I took that as an opportunity to just go home, and I was gonna complain about it in a YouTube Shorts. You know, always publicly humiliate little children, it's fun. Excuse me, sir. So anyways, you know, I was gonna complain about it in a in a YouTube Shorts, because I wanted to do this, like, YouTube Shorts short stories thing, but I ended up not, because there were, like, 3 hackers just chilling in Bed Wars 1v1 all day yesterday. It was obnoxious, and I guess for the people watching, it's going to be more than yesterday. It's probably going to be 2 days, because when this video comes out, but still, I mean, like, it was obnoxious. I lost my, like, huge win streak. Like, the one time I got it to be slightly bigger, I lost it. I love his game sense. That failed miserably. Bruh. Okay. So anyways, you know, that was a bit of a random story, I guess. It's not every day you see your favorite YouTuber bullying little girls at the park. I mean, it's something you'd like to see every day, obviously, but I mean, it's not something you do see every day. Where is he going? I can't even hit him with a bow and arrow, because you just never know where he's going to be with that ping. Should I go for that chest, or should I just bow spam him? he just teleports back, because that's actually quite an effective dodging method, honestly. So anyways, I'm gonna end the video probably after this match, because I have like nothing left to talk about, except for like the next episode of Digital Circus comes out in like 3 hours, and it's gonna be an insane one, obviously, because I mean, with the huge cliffhanger on the last episode and all, it's exciting. I hope I don't fall off this match again. Last time I played on this map, it did not end so well. Stay back. Land. So anyways, you know, I'm excited for that. I hope that Netflix does not screw up Digital Circus, because Netflix keeps ruining a lot of their shows. Like, Wednesday, Stranger Things, you name it. I don't want to be rude against them, but like, come on. What the heck? Yes. Goodbye, sir. What the, I just joined creative mode to do my outro, and well, I'm gonna steal all your skins now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go do my outro. I'll be over here. Alright, we're at Jake the Sweat's Embassy for this outro. I spent a lot of 2 days ago making it, and then a good deal of yesterday making it. It still needs an interior. I just looked up a tutorial, and it was just fully outerior, exterior, or something. I don't know. So I might work on that. I don't think there's even a floor in there. So anyways, I'll make that, and then I'll actually make like a short showcasing all my updates to this, because it's a lot of good ones. So anyways, that's the end of the video. If you somehow enjoyed it, consider checking out this video, my last commentary. It was, I think it was the introvert one. Anyways, make sure to check that out, because it's cool, and so am I. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.